Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Elevate Your Life and Business. My name is Marie, and on this channel, I share my life experiences as well as I am documenting my entrepreneur journey and trying to break my 9 to 5. And I was listening to a podcast today about relationships, and it really got me thinking. And I'm hoping to provoke you to think about relationships as well. And whether are you looking for a click or a spark? So today we're talking about relationships, and today we're talking about dating. When you're out there in the very vast world trying to figure out this new thing called dating in the 2025, where there's all these apps and there's all these things going on. And then you have people that aren't able to communicate with each other because we've all been texting and Skyping and emailing. So today, wanted to talk about this because it really kind of got me thinking, and I'm hoping it'll get you thinking as well, or at least give you some information to figure out what it is that you're looking for in your life. Because that's all this channel really is about, right? It's just giving you some thoughts and some things. My experiences are not for everybody, but I thought today when I was listening, I was like, today's a good day to talk about this topic. So, are you looking for a click or a spark? Now, I don't think the spark needs any introduction. It's that mutual attraction, it's that chemistry where you're like, oh, yeah, this person really does it for me. This person, woo! I think this is a good point to mention where that love at first sight comes in, where you're just like, yes, this person does it for me. This is amazing. Like, oh, they're so cute, or they're so hot, or there's this thing about them that just like, woo, does that make me happy? Like, okay, but is it really happiness? Or is that going to be the chemicals, the love potion that your body is creating, which is part of, we say chemistry, right? It's not just you like reacting to that person, it's also your body reacting to that person. It's the dopamine, it's the endorphins that you're getting a rush of, which, just so you know, it also shuts down the front part of your brain. The front part of your brain is the part that does the thinking. So the spark, I'm trying to dig in a little bit for you guys today. It's not just a mutual attraction or attraction. It's also the fact that this spark could be lasting anywhere from 6 months to 2 years, depending on how long you're with this person. So I'm not just talking about the initial, oh, you meet someone, you have a reaction to them, like, I'm attracted to you. Cool. Okay, what does that mean chemistry wise? Like, there's chemistry between me and this person, or you and that person. That means you're reacting to them not only psychologically, but biology, your body is responding to that person as well, with endorphins and dopamine and all the fun, beautiful feelings. All those chemicals are getting dumped into your system. And what I find really funny, and also to be honest, because I'm honest on this channel, I find it also a little sad that this spark, this chemistry, people will go running down the aisle based off this one feeling. This one feeling. Because, at least from where I'm standing and from where I grew up, like with Disney and society in general, like, you're supposed to feel that rush. You're supposed to feel that intense attraction, that I want to rip your clothes off for the entire part of your life. And then it does not happen. Well, why doesn't that happen? Because after about a year and a half to 2 years, depending on who you are, depending on your body chemistry and that relationship, so there's a lot of variables here, but depending on all these things, that high, and it is a high, it wears off. It wears off. And now that this spark has worn off, you're now stuck with this person. And not only are you stuck with this person, I think I've said it before, I'm going to say it again, the person that you marry, or things are changing nowadays, so your significant other as well. Some people don't want to get married, to each their own, totally get it, no judgments here. I'm not trying to tell people how to live their lives, I'm just trying to help them. But when it wears off, not only are you stuck with this person, you are absolutely integrated with this person. Biology, like psychology, like they have more access to you, and they can change you either for better or for worse more than any other person in your life. Your significant other is probably single-handedly the most important decision you are ever going to make. Because this isn't just a decision about like what business I want to run or what career I want to have, or this is something that's going to stick with you for the rest of your life, for better or for worse. So you're attracted to this person, you're insanely attracted to them, like you want to rip their clothes off, and they feel the same way about you, and you guys decide, in 6 months, like, okay, that's it, like this is the person for me, like I'm gonna turn around, like this is my lifelong person. And then you get married. Your credit scores, all your finances, your resources, everything gets integrated with this person. You get tied to this person so deeply that even the government is aware that you are tied to this person. So now that you're tied to this person, year and a half, 2 years go by, the dopamine wears off. All those pleasurable chemical drugs that have been dumping into your system, they drop. They drop dramatically. Love is blind. These drugs these chemicals that your body produces go to the front of your brain and turn off or dramatically decrease the thinking part of your brain. And that's why after a year and a half or 2 years, you're now waking up to this person that you had a spark, you had attraction, you had chemistry with. And now you're like, what the heck did I do with my life? How did I marry this person? How am I this integrated? How was I this stupid? Like, what the heck happened here? So that is the spark that we're talking about. We're talking, and I'm wrapping all these three things into one. So the spark, that initial attraction, continuous attraction, as well as, like just insane, like I want this person. I want to be with this person. Then there's the other half. Then there's the other half of the equation. And so that's why I wanted to say, do you want the spark, or do you want the compatibility? Do you want the click? And so what is this click that I'm talking about? I'm talking about if you're trying to put together 1,000-piece puzzle. And can't life feel like that sometimes? Like it's 1,000-piece puzzle, and this piece and this piece, and you're trying to figure out what goes where and what parts are you and what parts are someone else, and or society putting pressure on you, and you're trying to line them up to create a picture. And that picture in this metaphor is your life. So this click that I'm talking about. Well, how about the first one is that, okay, so here are the steps. Here are the steps to finding, at least from the research that I've been doing. I don't have my person yet. When I do find my person, I would like to keep him. I would like to have I'd like to have joy in my life. And most importantly, peace. I want peace with my significant other. I hope you do too, because life is a roller coaster, whether you like it or not anyway. Why make that roller coaster even more dangerous and having you bounce around left and right? You know what I mean? We're looking for some peace here. So let's talk about that click that I was talking about. What is the click? Okay, so you meet somebody. The first thing is you have the spark, you have compatibility, you have chemistry. Cool. And then it gets to like attraction, like you're insanely attracted to this person. And most people stop there. They stop there. That's enough. That's enough for wedding bells. However, there are two more other steps, and these are the click. These two things together make the click. And the first thing is like, okay, I like you, you like me, there's chemistry, there's attraction. The next step is going to be commitment. People get shocked when like they have chemistry and they have the spark, and then the next thing you know, their person's cheating on them. They never got the commitment of, I choose you. Out of the billion people on this planet, I want to make a go of it with you. Isn't that powerful? Isn't that rare? How many billions of people are on this planet? And I choose you. I choose you. Guy or girl, you find your person, and I choose you. Commitment. Okay, so you got the commitment. Like, okay, so we like each other, there's attraction, there's commitment. There's still people that go running to the church with wedding bells based off this third one, and yet they haven't crossed that next threshold yet, where you actually have an actual relationship that might have the possibility of making it. If you stop at the spark, at attraction, or chemistry or commitment. You're not all the way there yet. You're missing one very crucial thing. Very crucial thing. Compatibility. Are you two beings compatible with each other? What if, I like metaphors on this channel, so let's go with another metaphor. What if you are a morning person, you do not want kids, you do not want to have a business, and you snore every night? Okay, you're a morning person. This is you, and then your significant other is the exact opposite of everything you are. They're a night person. You're a morning person. They're a night person. You snore and they don't like the snoring, and they want to own a business and be super ambitious and do things, and you don't. Or how about a really big one? You don't want the kids, and that person does want the kids. I lose my mind a little bit when people go, or when I hear these stories about how they haven't even gotten to the compatibility part. They stop at either the spark or the commitment, and then they realize, like, we've been married for a year, and like, I'm gonna change this person's mind. Like, okay, like, I don't want kids and you do. Like, okay, well, someone's like, I'm gonna change this person's mind of wanting kids. Um, Newsflash: things are changing. Things are changing pretty radically. I have some really wonderful people in my life, and I truly respect. And who knows, we'll see what happens in life. But they don't want kids. There's a lot of people nowadays that don't want kids. They're a massive drain on everything: energy, resources, relationships. I mean, they take a lot of time, love, and energy, and a lot of it. And it's a big deal. It's not a small commitment. You're talking about a lifetime commitment when it comes to kids. And yet people will go running down to the altar and say, I do, before they've even talked about it. And while we're talking about compatibility, another big thing nowadays is political stance. That's unfortunately something we don't talk about, and I try not to talk about it on this channel, but the general topic is something worth mentioning. If you're on one side and the person's on the other, that can be polar opposites. That can be a really, really big tension in your relationship. If someone wants to control all the time and wants to do everything, and the other person either is also controlling or gives into everything, that could be a compatibility issue, depending on which way it goes. So this video that I'm laying out here today is trying to make you think that if you're in a relationship, what stage of this relationship are you at? Are you in the spark and the chemistry? And that, oh, I really like this person, I want to rip their clothes off? Or did you make it to commitment? Like, okay, I choose you out of all the people, out of all the type of people I could have. I choose you as a partner. If nothing else, I choose you to get a go, to have a go at it. Okay, like, I like you enough, I'm attracted to you enough. Okay, you're not dangerous, you're good for me, you're what I'm looking for in a potential partner from what I've seen so far. Because remember, ladies especially, we give petal by petal, piece by piece. And guys, this goes for you too. Like, look, everyone has masks. Masks to protect themselves, masks to be more reserved, so that you're not completely open to the world. Because if you're open all the time, like, there's a difference between being authentic and being open. Authentic is like, you can be you and still protect yourself. Open is like a bunny rabbit. Like, okay, bunny rabbits get eaten. You don't want to be a bunny rabbit. I actually want to do a video about that at some point. So don't be a bunny rabbit. Who knows? Maybe I'll do that video next. But there's a difference between being authentic and open. You gotta get through the layers. That's one thing I've really learned a lot lately in my life, is depth. Looking at the depth and being able, and I've really been working on this personally, and maybe it's something you should be working on too, is not only just focusing in on the niche, not only zooming in, but being able to zoom out to see the whole picture, or in this case, for this video, to be able to see the whole person. So if you are dating or you're in a relationship, I'm hoping that this video helps you just a little bit. What stage are you at? Are you at chemistry and spark? Have you made it to commitment, or have you made it to the holy grail of compatibility? And I want to talk about compatibility here for just another minute, because it's not just lifestyles. Okay, so lifestyles, like, okay, like, so, for instance, night person, morning person. Another thing, another big topic, if you're in the compatibility phase and you're like figuring each other out on the compatibility, like religion is also a big deal. Especially if you both want kids, religion is probably what religion those kids are going to be brought up in is probably a pretty big deal, and you should probably talk about it. Kids, for the love of yourself and the universe and your sanity, talk about kids. Where are you both at? Do you want them now? Do you want them later? How many of them do you want? Do you want them at all? And if you don't want them at all, do you want to have fur babies instead? Like, is there going to be another way to fill that? Are you going to be traveling around the world? Like, what is it that you want to do? And speaking of compatibility, and this is something that I've been thinking about quite a bit as well. What is your purpose in this life? So, like, we talked about this earlier in some of the earlier videos, right? What is your purpose? What is your goal? What is your burden for this lifetime? And if that's to work a 9 to 5 and have a happy family, a happy, healthy family, that's a beautiful goal. It's a beautiful goal. Just make sure that your partner wants the same thing. Because I'm going to share a little bit about myself. I try not to share too much on here. I try to be really general. But I have a big goal. I'm more than a little ambitious, okay? Hey, you know what? Well, I'm being honest, like more than once, I've been told that I can be intimidating. I get that. I'm not for everybody. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. And so here's where the power comes to yourself as well. I'm going to wrap this into this as well. When it comes to compatibility, if you've gotten to that fourth stage and they've ticked all the boxes, but let's just say there's a really big one they didn't tick. Let's say you want kids and they do not have the power of yourself. Know yourself enough to say, this person, even though they're really close, they are so close to what I want in this life. Do not settle for that person. You will regret it. Do not settle. I hope this comes through really strongly. Do not settle, even if they cross off 9 of the 10 boxes. Do not do it. Know yourself. Know your purpose. Know what it is that you want out of this life, that you can say, you are an amazing individual. I really like you, but you're just not my cup of tea. I wish you well. And walk. Be able to walk. Because I got to tell you, if you can be able to turn and walk away, the self-empowerment of that, I don't have words to describe how powerful you can be when you can know what you're looking for, that it is not the right fit, even though it's this close. It is this close. This person, this significant other, this person that you are just like damn near close in love with. There's one thing, and it's a deal breaker. And that is one thing you should do on this compatibility, is you should think about what are deal breakers. Like, okay, I can give on this and give on that, but I need this and this and this in my life. Kind of like when you go shopping for a house. Now, look, we're not trying to get like super detailed. Well, it has to be this and it has to be that. Like, have a general idea while also being specific enough to know what your absolute deal breakers are. We're not coming up with a list of 20 things where if he doesn't hit 20 things, like, see ya later, walk in, like Marie said. No. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about knowing yourself and knowing what are the absolute, like, 5 or 6 things. Like, if this person does not have these 5 or 6 things that are absolutely essential to the core of who you are, to the life that you want to live, if they do not have these things, be brave enough, be strong enough to put up a little bit of a fight when it comes to the dopamine and all those pleasurable chemicals that are hitting your brain, put up a little bit of a fight, or in this case, a lot of a fight, because your life and your future is on the line here, to say, no, this person is not for me, even though it's really, really close. Because the sad thing is, I know them. I know the mentality here. This is as close as I'm going to get, Marie. This is as close as I'm going to get. It's been a lifetime. No one's even come close to no one's even come close to touching all these boxes. No one's come close to having oh my God, the chemistry, Marie, it's out of this world. It's blowing off the roof. We can't keep our hands off each other. But it's not enough. And you know that it's not enough. So I want to empower you. Kind of what I'm all about on this channel. I just want to empower you to look beyond the chemicals that are dousing your brain with love, to say, okay, is there a spark in chemistry? Because without a spark in chemistry, game over. Like right then and there, game over. I hate when people say, oh, this person may grow on you. Either there's attraction or there's not. Either there is attraction and a spark or there is not. Now, I do believe in second chances. Like, I'm not saying like, okay, one date and walk away, but either it's there or it's not there when it comes to the chemistry and this quote unquote spark that Disney and society have sold us. When you get past the spark and the chemistry, is their commitment. And if you got the guts, sometimes it's just easier to ask, like, hey, I really like you. I really want to be with you. Do you feel the same? Okay, yeah, I know it's gut wrenching. Oh my God, is that terrifying? Oh, so terrifying. But wouldn't you rather know now, earlier on, than a year down the line of investing a year of your life with this person to find out, oh, they're still playing the game? You're the just for now person, not the forever person. Wouldn't you rather know now than later? A lot later. How about divorce and you're splitting your assets and like you get hurt really bad financially, and not only financially but emotionally as well? Like, wouldn't you rather find out sooner rather than later? I would. I would definitely rather know sooner rather than later. I'm definitely brave enough. I would ask. And the reason why, all these videos in the beginning of this channel work and help, is because your core is so rock solid. You are complete. You have done the work. And because you've done the work, you know what you're looking for. You know what's going to be compatible with you. You've decided on your deal breakers. And even though they're one short, it's a really big one though. And it's a deal breaker for you to have the power to walk away. And while I don't know everything, and I will freely admit, I am not a savior, I'm not a guru, I'm a woman trying to live her life and being authentically her and being the best that I can be, paving the way so that you don't have to make the same mistakes that I have, or so that you can get access to the knowledge that I've already gained, sometimes even wisdom. I'm hoping that you can take the shortcut and not waste 2 or 3 years of your life having a nasty divorce, miserable, broke, having to work 2 jobs, and scared to death of getting into another relationship. I'm hoping that this video will reach the people that need it, and that there are 3 really big steps here. And most people stop at 1 or 2. And 1 or 2 are not enough. You've got to dig deeper, okay? Zoom in and zoom out. You got to learn to do both. And I will tell you too that it's not only just with situations, but you can also see people as well by zooming in and zooming out. It's an art. It is a skill. It takes work, but it can be done. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. I feel a little long-winded on this one. There's a lot of ground to cover on here. So my question to you here at the end is, do you want a spark or do you want the click? And the click is compatibility and commitment and the spark. Do you want it all? And do you want a potential forever person? Or do you just want a quick fire, a flash in a pan, and then something that might really hurt you? Because flashes in a pan, they're beautiful, they're bright, but ooh, if you get too close, you can get burned really well on those. You can get burned really quick. So, just something to think about when it comes to relationships. Like, think things through, put up a little bit more of a fight when it comes to all the dopamine and all those pleasurable endorphins and everything that's running through your brain when you're like, oh gosh, is this person hot? Yeah, fight that just a little bit, okay? Fight to keep your clear thinking just enough to be like, wait, did I get a commitment from this person yet? Have they said anything? And we're not talking about nonverbals or, hey, I love you. Like, hey, you and me, are we in this together or am I the only one here? Because it's better to find out sooner rather than later. And if you get to that step, then you can go to the compatibility. And compatibility is not also, while I'm getting to that, and I am wrapping this up, but compatibility is also not, the third date in and an inquisitor of what's your religion? Do you want kids? How many kids do you want? Are you a morning sleeper? Are you a snorer? I mean, do you are a late night person? Like, it's not a drill sergeant, okay? Like, the whole point of dating is to have fun with it and to discover someone slowly. Because remember, when I was talking about the petals earlier in the earlier video, we give someone a piece of ourselves. We give them a say, hey, men, you can be an onion. Us girls, we're going to be roses. But give them a petal. See what they do with it, so that they don't get so far in that, like, when you find out, like, oh crap, not the person for me. Like, okay, the rose is half destroyed, and now you got to regrow all these petals. No, petal by petal, piece by piece. Like, let's see if this is the right fit. So, final question here. Pop it in the comments below if this rings true for you. Do you want to be a click, or do you want to be a spark? So in any case, if you guys could please like on that like button for me and hit on that subscribe button as well. That way you don't miss a video. So many videos, so little time. So I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one, and I hope you guys are doing well. Have a good day.